Oh, what up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. There it is. Welcome to another episode of Arm Talk. No, sorry, Can-Am Connection.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's a
say,
habit, man.
aren't we? Yes, we
It's a
can't am,
habit.
right?
It's a habit. I'll be doing it on my show today on my channel because Ryan is in and out doing some stuff. Hopefully, Tim will join us. He was there at the event, as you were, Nathan. So, East First West number 21 is in the books. Atlantic City. We saw some surprising things, and I was so busy because I had to work not a double shift, but like it's what a double back. So I had to work the morning shift, come home, sleep, get up, and go back to the night shift. So only
Yeah.
thing I
It was
saw. Go ahead.
sorry. No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
I was gonna say the only thing I saw was like the preliminaries, which I'm at work and I'm up here yelling through the computer, and I had to stop a couple of times. I had to take a few phone calls, and then this, that, and the other. But from what I heard, there was some stuff going on. There were some movements and some styles that we didn't think we see from certain people. I got our prediction stuff right here. So how you want to roll with this, man? I think we all.
Well, I mean, the mystery match was Record Borman's brother versus Pork Chop. And Porky was dominant. Yeah, everybody thought, oh man, Porky got his hand taken outside the straps on that one, but easy.
Well, and the thing is, all right, Tim's in the house, sweet. Well, here's the thing I'm looking at, and we can't predict the bonus match. I mean, we'll just kind of not do that one. But what I saw, and tell me, explain to everybody, out there watching, like the Drew, how did that match come about? Was that based on the tournament results, or how did that work
Yeah,
out?
yeah, that was the tournament thing. So Porky and Borman both won their class. I think Porky won the 105, the 231. And did Borman's brother win 115 or 115 plus? 115. He won
115.
115. And so they said, well, let's just put those two together. And then that's how it came to be. But man, for 17, the kid's got a bright future, but it was definitely a pretty easy day for Pork Chop. And Pork Chop
Now,
had a hard class too, man. That 231 class was stacked. He had to go through Paul Cruz and all those guys.
now I want to say something because you guys are used to going there. Either you're at the tournament or you participate in the tournament. So, is this going to be something going forward where if you show the powers that be some stuff in the tournament that you may get a bonus match? I don't know.
Potentially. I could see them going on with it in the future. I mean, I don't speak for Robert, obviously, but I think it's a very good concept. It gives people coming to the event something to look forward to. And I think continuing the free prelims is a very good, like having your preliminary matches and going into your main card match is a very good business model. Gets more eyes on you, gets more people potentially buying the pay-per-view. So
Yeah,
What
I
do you
mean,
think, Tim?
I think they will, in my opinion. I think that they are starting to develop a good model with it to where, say, you take two of those undercard matches that they already had and make them in the main card, and then develop these super matches out of the tournament like they did. The 115 champ and the um, whatever it was, and the 115 and the 105.
Yeah.
And develop it whatever way they see fit. And it could be a 95 and a 115, just whatever makes sense that looks like it's going to be a good match, and create more of these undercard matches. um and I think
well,
it's
it could be a 77 and a 77 if they're just having death matches on each other. Take that final and just like, no, you're going.
yeah, and I think it's really good to do it on the fly like they did. They were present, they were in the room, people were talking about it. They had, I think, two or three people sitting at the tournament all day long to just write names down that are potential good matches and what could be good and what could build, into something, whoever
Right.
shows up. So I think that, like we've all actually, talked about for months, it needs to be a feeder league. And I think they're starting to see that with these undercards, which makes a lot of sense, free undercard, it's the perfect feeder league they could have. And I think it's going to turn into something really, really good. You're going to see some more developing stars, I think, that we may not have been able to see before.
Now, I don't want to say a farm system, but kind of sort of like a farm system, because again, would we have saw this if England was still in charge? Maybe, maybe not. But the way they go, in my opinion, the way they're going about it.
Well,
Go ahead.
so the last KOT event in Istanbul, they did have a tournament, and the winners, the right-handed winners, were supposed to get super matches. Anna won the left-handed class there, and that ultimately is what got her super match with Jocelyn. Because
Okay.
Anna won the open weight category there. So
Right.
we can't say that it didn't happen under England. It did, but I do think having the tournament and having people, like Tim said, watching the tournament and then taking one of those matches, because think about it, anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world, like the next one we know is in Vienna. People
Yeah.
show up to Vienna, you take one of those matches and you put it on there. So now you're not only getting different potential stars from North America, Canada, but you're also getting them from Europe as well. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win.
England did do it, but it was only in Turkey. It was only ever
Yeah,
on the ground.
yeah, exactly.
Nobody else had a chance unless we traveled to Turkey. You know,
Yeah.
that's where the problem was. It shouldn't just be. It should be like they're doing now on the prelims. You know, to get them in there. It doesn't like somebody can go in there and just have a day. That doesn't necessarily mean they should be on a main card of East versus West, right? So they're doing it right. You know, feed them
Right.
into the prelims as see fit. It's not just, you know, I show up and just had a field day that I deserve to be on there, or any one of us, right? Like it should be watched and who they pulled and everything. And so it's not just kind of throwing people to the wolves. So
No, 100%.
I think if they keep it, you know, tournaments like they're doing and set people, and hell, you don't even have to tell anybody who those people are, so you don't have people bothering them, right? They could just be no name people that no name to us, right? Like we shouldn't know who those people are. They should be unseen. Nobody knows, but they're watching, so it's very unbiased, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
exactly. I completely
at
agree.
the same time, let's just say what Tim was saying, that hey, just because you had a day, and that doesn't mean you automatically get the nod for the main event. However, think about it this way though. Who else was there? There were promoters there. Ian Carnegie was there, so I'm sure, he's also checking his box to go, what athlete can I bring to my organization? So I mean, it works in mysterious ways, from that standpoint. So I like what they're doing. I mean, everyone's going to have their video cameras going, and some way, somehow, promoters are going to see what's going on, and they're going to want them at their event. Maybe Tim saw some people, maybe want some people at his future event. We don't know, but there's always somebody out there. So I'm glad that they have this kind of stuff. I think it keeps everybody hungry. It keeps the league fresh. So we're not recycling and regurgitating the same guys over and over. So I think it is a good way of doing that. So kudos to them. So Pork Chop, congratulations.
I also like that, and I don't know if they did it in Swiss. I can't remember or not. But I like that how when they do it over here, our finals matches of the day prior are on the main stage.
They did it.
So I like that too, because it's again, one of those guys may not get a undercard match later in the day, like maybe Pork Chop and them did, but people around the world can see who's showing up to these and how they're doing. It's not, you don't just have to get handpicked to be on the undercard. You just make it to the finals, and you're already that's just as good as being on the prelims, because people around the world are going to start seeing consistency of some people, and they might get a call to go somewhere to Arm Havoc or something like that. So it's getting people's name out there to develop new stars, and I think that's very good for the league.
100%.
Oh, is that the same? What was it? Arlington, where the finals was on the main stage before the actual event started? Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, let's tap into these matches. I think we can all score a point because Jocelyn just kind of ran through Anna. No offense to Anna, but I think anybody want to. So explain to everybody.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, explain to everybody the win that Anna got, because I think a lot of people, because it's something you don't see on a regular basis where, yeah, Anna got pinned, but it was on her side of the table, which meant she got the win. Can you referees, both you guys, explain the rule to everybody?
So you cannot pin your opponent on their side of the table. So you have your side of the table, and they have their side of the table. If you pin somebody in the middle, then the match doesn't stop. It's a center pin. But if you pin them on their side of the table, i.e., your losing side, and even though you're on top of them and your fingers drop below the pin pad, it's still a loss for you. And that's what Joss did. She held on, and hey,
I'm actually kind of glad it happened, because it happened on a main stage, so where people around the world can understand this rule. Like, I mean, shitty that it happened, but it was nice that it finally happened in a profile super match to where people can understand this rule, that you can't, just because you're on top of somebody doesn't mean you can't lose a match. If you hold on like she did, she just happened to hold on that match, and it was kind of so quick. It was just, she was already dominated, but it was just like kind of like this. And that's, like I said, shitty that it happened, because she had one loss, but like, it was good for people around the world to know this rule, that they always, we've had arguments all the time at little events about it.
And kudos to Luke, because Haristo called for the strap, and kudos to Luke for noticing that it was a pin for Anna, and that was the right call. So, because a lot of referees won't make that call.
Right.
I almost thought when Brzezinski pulled Zurab, didn't that happen there too, or no?
Not that I can remember.
I want to say it was something weird like that, and he kept going to it. I want to say
it happened. It happened that way too. Zurab.
Okay, that's what I thought.
John was on top of Zurab, and they called it a win for Zurab, and John's like, but it is the rule. Like, it just is. And like, she was great up until that point, calm, breathing, thinking, everything was moving easy. And then that happened, and I'm like, I could see the blood pressure start rising, and and I love Neil too, because Neil and I were literally telling her the same thing. He walked over, he goes, forget about it, it's irrelevant. And that's exactly what I was telling him. Like, you do realize that's going to have zero bearing on the outcome of this match. Like, you made a simple mistake. It happens. I mean, everybody saw the next round. They literally went in the strap, and it was just
right.
She was in full control. She was in full control. There was never a danger.
No, not at all. Then we had Mayan and Jason Merlot. We all got that wrong.
Yeah, I know, right? Kudos to Mayan, man. That kid's a stud. Like, absolute stud.
He's from Israel, correct?
Yes. Yeah, bright future for him. And I think if Jason could have made a little adjustment, he could have won the match. Like, for me, if I was Jason, Tim, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm Jason in that match, Jason was setting up, in my opinion, way too high and allowing Mayan to get a lot of purchase around him. If I was Jason, I would have brought my angle down and brought my wrist up a little bit, so it was harder for Mayan to turn him in.
Yeah, I would have even just itched back away from his hand a little bit.
Exactly.
I mean, there was a lane there. I mean, we all said it. I think we even said it in our prediction that I think if Jason can contain the hand, he can give him a problem. I thought Mayan was stronger, but I mean, there was something there. It was a good match.
But Mayan's a stud, man. That kid.
Yeah, take that away from him.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, because the question I'm about to ask now goes later into the matches. So, how important it is to have somebody in your corner that knows you. I mean, I think it's very important to me if somebody knows how you pull, to have them in your corner. You know, sometimes I think a lot of people, a lot of us, I've been guilty of it too, to have stars. You get starstruck because you got a certain person in your corner, and all of a sudden, but they don't know what you do. I'll use Tim as an example. Tim has been in my corner for some matches before because Tim knows how I pull. So that makes sense as opposed to somebody who's a household name. So with you guys, how important is that, especially on a stage like this?
Extremely. And for me too, like let's use Giannis as an example. You could literally put Giannis in any person's corner because he's so damn technical and can do everything that there's going to be a benefit there. In my opinion, if you put somebody in your corner that is a one-dimensional person that only has one ace move, they can't do anything else, and it's not even your ace move, it's kind of
Right.
counterintuitive. Like if you're a die-hard hook puller and I'm a pure top roller, how are you going to tell me what I should do in a top roll if you don't even know how to top roll?
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that. I agree as well. You should always have somebody in your corner that knows how you pull. But like for an example, I'll use Mendagas, right? Obviously everybody knows how Mendagas is pull, right? But
Mhm.
he had somebody in his corner that knew him very well.
Yeah.
And then I was also in his corner where you also have someone in a corner that knows the format, knows super matches, that can have you make adjustments just from watching a match. I think having someone like, I mean, I say I can do it, right? I know Bob Brown, the Giannis's, where you can literally watch where people are standing to know what they're
Hmm.
about. Coach Ray's very good at it too. You can see, okay, his foot's here, and now he's right here. Okay, he's diving into you. Come back a little bit. Come back a little bit. And
Yeah.
Right.
August is able to listen to that and just that little adjustment right there.
Well, it's the
To
same way with
know that,
like it's like Chicago, right? You had Pablo versus Records, and Pablo asked me to be in his corner, and I saw Records coming forward, and I'm like, he's coming forward. I wanted the adjustment for the press. So,
Right.
like it's just subtlety, man. Hang on a second.
Your
but
dog
yeah,
is going nuts.
just also to have someone who can analyze a match and ask you, hey, are you comfortable to go here? Because he's setting up right here, right? And
Exactly.
to have someone be able to analyze that, you again, we all know you don't have to be the strongest person to win an arm wrestling match.
No, you
But if
don't.
you're able to have great technique and adjust, the stronger person will 90% of the time fold themselves, just in the way
Yeah.
that they're going.
Yeah.
Next match, Schoolboy and Reichert, a tale of two matches. So let's go with the left hand because that was one of the preliminary matches. The left hand, yes, Schoolboy
Dominant.
wins it. Nathan and I got that one correct.
Yeah, it was
Very
dominant.
dominant.
Very dominant. But that's the tale of two matches, right? Like
You can tell with Schoolboy that he felt very comfortable.
yeah,
And Reichert, it's like he didn't. He's not lefty because you could just tell in his body language. And
what I found funny about the whole situation, obviously this is me being observant through the weekend. Schoolboy literally sat around, didn't really say anything, was very meh, right? But
right,
during that match, when he felt in control, he tried to finally show some personality. Whereas before, he had the personality of a lead paint,
right.
you
That's just
know.
how
But
he is, though.
yeah, but I just didn't find it funny that he tried to show it once he was in control, like once he knew, like you know.
When he was
But
laughing at him.
yeah, trying to talk to him.
Right.
But the right arm's what ultimately mattered between these two matches. And yeah,
We all got that one correct, did we not? Yes, we did. Pure dominance. So with that being said, in Record 130, where does he go from here?
good question. I mean, I think you have to watch, right? And we'll use Jocelyn as an example. Well, I'll use Jocelyn as an example. you have to watch how fast you build somebody up. Like
Yeah.
Jocelyn has all the potential in the world, same way with records. But when you throw them to these top level people too soon, like, because Jocelyn literally beat Sarah Bachman. 6 weeks later pulls Egla. And then 12 weeks after that pulls Gabby. I mean, you gotta build people slowly. Like you can't just throw them to the wolves.
I agree with that too, because I think Neil says it best. Like with these young people, like yeah, maybe they could put up a fight against a big dog. Maybe they can't. Maybe they can dominate him. We don't know,
Right.
right? But build their story before you get them somewhere, so they don't, like someone who's so passionate like him that say you put him up against, I don't know, Jerry, whatever. I'm just hypothetically just speaking. And he
Yeah.
just gets whacked, right? Then his confidence in everything he thinks he's doing is out the window, right? But I mean, if you put him up against a guy that you just keep building his story, it's not like you're feeding him somewhere to just win every time, right? It has to be a good match.
Correct.
But maybe he loses 3-1, but there's something there. But you don't want to throw him up against. You want to build the story. And
That's a very good match in my opinion. That would be a match to make, a Philip Larson and a Records. Both young guys. Well, I can't say young. Both young in the sport. It's
Yeah.
definitely a potential matchup. But then you run into the same thing. If Riker goes out there and just buzzsaws Philip, what do you do with Philip? They're both in the same boat. You got to build up that character and the experience, because you guys got to think they've only been doing it a couple years.
We put a lot of
Both of them.
stock in when people win, but we also put a lot of stock when people lose. Now, I don't think it's fair, because we all know in this sport somebody has to lose. I get it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when they do lose, it doesn't mean that they're just trash and all that kind of stuff. And we won't set them up with matches because they lost. It doesn't mean that. It just means, okay, it's a hiccup, and we'll use Michael Todd, for example. Everybody was on his case when he lost his back-to-back matches with Hermes and Vitali, right? Or Vitali, or wherever the order that went, right?
Yeah.
And it was like going, and I saw one of Pradeep's videos, and we'll get into that, and where he goes from there. We'll get into that later. But still, just because you lose a match doesn't necessarily mean that you write them off. I think Jocelyn was a product of that. I think she got pushed too quick, and so when she lost, it was like, oh, everybody was writing her off. It's like, well, you know what? When you put somebody, not everybody's like Devin. We'll use Devin for example for this, where Devin can pull back-to-back months and be fine. Not everybody's built like him, right? So at some point you got to go, okay, if it's going to be something on this stage, given, when was the Vitali Michael match? When was that? No, was that October?
King of the Table 14.
So was that October or
No.
September?
April?
The Vitali's last match, who did he beat to get the match with Levon? It was Michael, wasn't it?
No, he destroyed Jerry, remember?
That's what it was. So that was October, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so November, December, January, February. So you need that much more time to get ready for that instead of just blowing them in 6 weeks later. I mean, that to me, that's what I saw. But nonetheless, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that, yes, when you build these young athletes up, you got to be careful how you do it. You don't want to just feed them to the wolves. And, next thing you know, if they have to take a loss, then all of a sudden it's like, well, he's not ready yet, or she's not ready yet, and this, that, and the other,
Well, yeah,
Okay.
you also run the risk of them hating the sport afterwards. So, just
Right. The Jew says would rather have at least one opponent be more established rather than two new pullers on a big stage. Thoughts
not
on that?
really. Not really. I mean, you could literally have them both and do both things with them, So it doesn't harm having two new pullers, because ultimately, if you continue to have establish, you're going to run into the same thing that WAL ran into, which was just regurgitation of the same exact athlete. And if you have regurgitation of the same athlete, people are going to stop buying your product.
There you go. Okay, those were your
Prelim
prelim.
matches.
Now we're gonna start going to the main card, even though the right-handed Riker match was the main card. But Tanaka and Miss Carlson, did we all get that wrong?
Hey, but Vicky got a pin.
She
It
did
was
get a
there.
pin. She did get a pin.
It was there.
Well, again, what if you're brand new? And I know we're trying to move forward, but we'll use this match because it came up. Your first time ever on a card and you lose. Does that mean, okay, thanks for coming, you're out of it now? Or what do you think Vicky needs to do to get back in the spotlight on this card?
Vicky's gonna have no problem, I think, getting back in the spotlight. She has Swedish Nationals coming up. She'll pull Euros, and then obviously Worlds is too. So, and Vicky always performs extremely well. So I think it's a very high likelihood that we'll see Vicky again.
When it counts. All right. I'm going to let Tim take this one over because Paul Lynn and Bogdan Stoica. Sorry, Mr. SB. You picked Paul Lynn. The three of us picked Bogdan. Tim, you were in this corner, yes?
Yep.
Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good listener. He works hard. I mean, we had a great game plan. We stuck with the game plan literally to a T what the game plan was. I mean, Paul's strong as shit, man. I mean, he's, Captain America for a reason. Like it was a big win, big coming out for Bogdan. I'm very happy for him. It's long overdue. He's put in the work. Now it's going to be fun to see the journey.
I'll tell you, man, I'm ecstatic to see what lies ahead of him and where. I guess one could say once you get a taste of this East versus West on a main card and you get some success, you don't want to go nowhere else. But, leading up to this, Bogdan's been on Arm Gods, Arm Wars, Knuckles Up when they were running. He's been on your event, Tim. I don't think he's been on Mac. I don't think he's been on there. But he's built himself up to where, okay, hey, everybody, here's my coming out party. Here I am. And now it's like, okay, we see you now. So now if I'm Bogdan, you just sit back and train and just wait because the phone will be ringing off the hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, going into this, Bogdan was 36-1 on the right hand and 33-1 on the left hand. And everybody only judged him off of that one on the right hand 4 years ago. Ryan Bowen, like 4 years ago.
Both hands?
No, just one. I don't remember who the other loss was to on the left. But it was a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself. Like, it was like a little bit of a hotter streak. Obviously, remember when Coach Ray was like 21-0 at one point, just killing it. I mean, that's where he's at right now. Coach had, Coach lost a match, but Coach had a lot of life going on when he took that match and knew that he should have never took that match because of what was going on in his life. A very stressful situation he was going through. So
you're talking totally different weight classes there, bud.
Bogdan and Bacho.
Way different weight classes.
Yeah.
Way different. Bacho's 110. Bacho's not making 95.
Not anymore. I mean, I don't think so anymore.
So, the example I like to use for the Bogdan Paul Lynn match, I mean, this is not taking anything away from Paul, but it's the difference between a single shot and a semi-automatic. What I mean by that is Paul has one move, and it's a very good move. He's very good at his move, but it was very evident, all you had to do was look at the match. Bogdan can do anything. And when you can do anything and you can keep your opponent guessing as to what is coming and play with their head and make them think, you can throw them off their game plan, which was beautiful. I mean, if we break down the match, we saw Bogdan top roll twice. What did that do? It took Paul's bicep to his elastic limit. Bam. So now what does he do? He comes forward. Paul's biceps already hit his elastic limit, hits the press, rolls out. Next round, hits the press. Next round, hits the press. I mean, one tool versus every tool.
Well, it's like I guess you could say the same for Wagner Bortolotto, where he has that one move, but if he has everything engaged, back, shoulder,
Oh,
try
jeez.
everything engaged, it's hard to beat. But it is a lane; it's beatable. If you get him outside here, there's that
Yeah.
lane. You
Yeah.
have something.
I
And
was
speed.
I was happy in many ways why Bogdan won. But what made me very happy with Bogdan winning is one, it shows what Bogdan can do. Two, next year we're about to see a scary fucking Paul win.
Yeah,
That's
it's only going to make Paul better.
Those are the two things that I took out of that match. You're gonna see a scary fucking Paul Lynn next year, who might just run over a lot of fucking people and work his way up to a title match. And two, you're gonna see Bogdan just get better. That match is probably, after a lot of things happen, could be ran back again because Paul's a very, very dedicated, smart guy. And I trust me, he's gonna come back with vengeance, and you're not just gonna see a one lane Paul anymore. I don't
I think that's the big takeaway. I think Paul
Yeah.
goes back to the dungeon, starts figuring out how to not have to come here all the time, starts coming out and figuring the top roll out better.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
Nice. Sperong and Djurnov, left hand match. What was everyone's thoughts on that?
Tobias was a fucking animal.
You didn't pick him though.
Jesus Christ. I didn't.
Tobias. I took Tobias, right?
Yeah, you and Ryan did.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a freak. I mean, just after peak last year, 1 year ago to the date, watching him and Corey West and seeing some other things he's done. He's young, man. He's going somewhere too. I think he's really good.
I think the match would have played out like the Corey. It honestly did play out like the Corey West match. If when he pulled Corey, if he kept Corey out of the strap, destroyed him.
Yeah.
Georgie was never able to put his power down. Ever.
Well, he never got a chance to sink in, because it's so quick that it's
yeah, it's perfect.
Like said, if there was a strap match, then you could probably see what could have happened. But all kudos to Tobias. I'm not going to allow you to get to that point.
No, he was fast and efficient and mean. Like it was
like
perfect.
Bob said, fast as Vitaly. There you go, Bob. See, there it is. Bob gets it.
Just brutal, absolutely brutal.
Next match, or the next one on this list, I think we all got this one right. Daniel versus Mindaugas. I think we all got this one right.
The word I would use for that match is clinical.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, let's be real. That right there was just like a clinic. Yeah, you're right. Just like, hey, one-on-one, you want to know how to pull? When you see people like
well, Daniel made a mistake in this match, and Mindy and I were talking the day before, and we were talking. I think it was just me and him when we were sitting down, having a milkshake of all things.
It's either steak or milkshake. It's either steak or milkshake.
Yeah. So he was doing his signings, and I was like, and I got him and Joss on a milkshake, and I come back and we're literally talking about it, and I said, you know what? I said, I think he's going to make a very bad mistake round one. Daniel is. He goes, what do you mean? I said, he's been top rolling more. I said, I think he's going to try to top roll you round one, and I think it's just going to he's going to compromise his own wrist. And he goes, I hope so. And no, Craig can't beat Mindy, I don't think. Sorry.
No.
But sure enough, round one, we saw Daniel try to top roll, and his wrist went. And once you lose your wrist versus Mindy, you're not winning the match. Like you're just not. It may be prior to the first match with Daniel where he beat Daniel. Yeah, there's a potential lane to press him with a flop wrist, but now he's figured out how to stay within his shoulder as he comes around and gets more shoulder involvement to access more side pressure. Nah, that's a different human right now.
Who coined the term, and why is it that the saying goes that once your wrist goes back once, it's going to go back every single time? Who said that, and why is that a thing?
Because you stretch the tendons, right? Like once you, even if you give your wrist away, that you're generally going to continue to lose it because the tendons stretch. You know, they've reached their elastic limit. So once they've reached their elastic limit, it's just going to continue to go to that spot. It's the same thing with like your bicep. It does the
Mhm.
same thing. Once the tendons, you know, the distal tendon stretches, like it's done. You know, it has to tighten back up. So,
There you go.
but yeah,
You
absolute
Sanab and
clinic,
Prutnik. Ooh.
match of the night, in my opinion.
Talk to me, y'all. What you guys' thoughts on that?
It's a big win. Been waiting for that win for a long time.
What's that now?
Dude,
Said it was a big win. He's been waiting for that win a long time. He's never beaten him.
who all picked Jordan?
Me and Tim.
Really? I picked up Prudnik. Shit.
You and Ryan picked Prutnik.
What, dude? But Prudnik threw a curveball on him. If everybody saw, he hit that top roll, and Jordan was not expecting that. But
Yes.
Jesus Christ, the commitment of Evgeny dropping that shoulder in and just Jordan being able to hold it right there when Evgeny was putting everything into that press was stupid impressive.
That's great. It was a good match.
Screamer.
Yeah. It's one to where if you just looked at the paper, you wouldn't believe how the match went, right? Like,
Oh, dude.
there was a couple of them where seeing it on paper does no justice for actually how good the match was. And that's what
Yes.
I was telling a lot of people and talking to Robert and Dexter. I'm like, even these 3-0s are better than some of these 3-1s. Like it was a great put together card.
You have to, look at the match in itself and not just look at the score on paper, because sometimes the score on paper doesn't tell the tale, So now we get to the co-main events, and I assure you these two matches will take up the duration of this show. So let's hit it. Jerry Caderet, Kamil Jablonski, okay, we're 37 minutes in. Okay, I can cuss now. What in the actual fuck is going on, Did I see what I thought I saw?
Kamil played. I will say that. Round 3, Kamil played. Anybody was there could see, and that could see Kamil playing. Kamil could have won that match 4-0 easy.
I don't think so. Jerry's a pimp.
I mean, let's break it down. Round 1, Kamil just flash pins the ever living hell out of Jerry. Not even close. Round 2, Kamil holds Jerry and just pins him a straight arm. I mean,
and Jerry
yes.
brings out vintage Kings move from 22 years ago.
Oh
Yeah.
my Lord. So
Michael Todd still has that inside of his house framed up when him and Jerry were double kingsing together.
Bob called it, say it's gonna bust. I didn't think that I would ever see that again, but what was the match? What round were we talking about where there was some controversy, but Jerry already used one of the yellow flags or red flag or whatever?
That was round 4. That was round 4.
So take us back to that and what exactly happened.
Jerry tried to say that it wasn't a pin, that his forearm, not anything wrist and above, it was below the wrist that hit the pad, and they called a pin.
It
was lightning fast.
It sure looked like it, but again, we won't know because it never got looked at. But they showed a replay. It sure looked like it was his forearm, but it's hard to tell when you don't slow it down.
That fast too. Jesus.
I'll tell you what. I don't know. Did you watch the pay-per-view, Jody?
No, I had work, so I didn't get a chance to do a whole lot of nothing.
I'm curious to see, like someone who watched the pay-per-view, if they could hear how
the
fucking roof blowing off of that place and people like standing up and jumping like their team just won the fucking Super Bowl. Like That's what made that was just
Or-
fucking awesome. Like people were in the other room getting ready and were fucking running out to the main stage to watch it. Like they were going ape shit. It was
Or how
awesome.
about Macho Man almost getting
Yeah.
escorted out of the building for so Jerry pins him.
Runs on
This
stage.
guy, Macho Man jumps on stage and security comes at him and they're like, no, he's okay, he's okay. They just told him to not do it again. So yeah,
Oh, it was great.
yeah, it was
So
hilarious.
what did the yellow card? What the yellow flag did Jerry use then? If you couldn't use it on that one,
I was on an elbow foul that they called on him that he ended up losing.
Yeah,
Damn.
elbow, when he was kings and elbow off the back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And that's the thing, man. You got to choose what you use your challenge flag on. So that's where, again, having somebody good in your corner that's being super observant of everything, it can make a difference.
right. Yeah, apparently it was electric, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh, dude, I'm sitting there with Georgie getting ready. And for those of you that don't know Dexter Tan doesn't swear. Dexter does not swear, right? I've known Dexter for a while now, and the man does not swear. Dexter Tan, I kid you not, came running around the corner going, "Holy shit!" When the
Really?
crowd went mental. Yeah, it was amazing. Uh, but that moment right there, Tim can attest to that. Dexter does not swear, does he?
No, I don't think I've ever heard him swear.
But like I said, when I was telling Jody, he came around the corner after we went King's move to full flop press, and Dexter came around the corner and went, "Holy shit!" when the crowd just went full mental mode.
It was awesome.
Like literally, the decibel level increased 100 times when that happened.
Like we were talking, I was telling somebody, I was like, it was like, Jerry's just been kind of getting wrecked lately. Hard to watch, right? And it was kind of like on the verge of that, whether Camille was playing or not, he'd say whatever. But then, like, because of what happened, sparked another chance, in my opinion, maybe another match, right? Because it was slowly like, how many more of these 3-0s are we going to get and still get a match to turn it into hot damn? There's still something there to be lived, in my opinion.
How about
Okay,
round
so-
five? I was going to say, how about round 5 turning it around? Jerry did, Camille top rolled Jerry. Jerry pressed him. Round 5, Camille made Jerry top roll him, and he pressed Jerry.
Yeah.
So let's just say, let's go back to what Tim was saying after round 2, because I think at that point Camille was up 2-0, correct?
Very easy.
So up until that point, before the crowd lost their fucking mind, up until that point, it was like, oh fuck, here we go. And you love Jerry so much, and like, bro, I mean, 3-0 Levon, you lost to 3-0 Vitaly, you lost to. Now you're down 2-0. You're about to, maybe possibly suffer another sweep, and it's like going, where do we go? Like fuck, and then of course, I'm gonna dig in my bag of tricks, say fuck you, watch this. I'm going UAL style, and turn the table. He had the momentum because even Jerry admits, he said he feeds off the crowd. Jerry admits that.
That crowd was full USA chanting, going mental. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it I hope it sparks something in Jerry to, again, you can't just press all the time. People, especially Europeans, figure it out. They know how to compromise it now. I think this is exactly what he needed to do to keep getting matches. That's just my opinion. It's just something different. Show us some spark of life at 50-something years old that you can do something and still bang with the best. Or, I'm not saying, I don't know. I'm just saying there's still people there in the top 15 that he can bang with, and it could be a great match, and he doesn't have to press everybody.
Yeah, to me, the ultimate killer for that match, though, and I think, Tim, you'd agree with me, was speed kills. Camille was just way, way, way faster than Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that being said,
and also,
you
gotta understand too, with these pressers, it's a lot easier to press on these tables with the pads being an inch closer than an inch back. If you're an inch closer to your opponent, this press is a lot easier and you can hit it a lot faster too, right? So it's a big difference.
Now,
Yeah, because these pads aren't 7x7 like a standard pad; they're 8x8.
oh, they are. Since when did
Yeah.
they start doing that?
After Gennady and Jerry,
8x8 or
Wow.
7x9?
they're 8x8.
8x8.
Yeah. Yep. They're 8x8. After the Jerry Gennady match where they kept having the issues of that, they increased the pad size.
Now, the one thing I think, to try to piggyback what Tim said, hopefully that match got Jerry another, opportunity, because the one thing he did not have against Vitaly and Levon is that he never got a chance to do anything. It was just whoop, 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 and it was over so quick that Jerry couldn't grasp what was going on. Where once you got to stop and a win, okay, now the whole tide turns, and now all of a sudden, okay, so you hope it's like that. But the $1 million question is, if that's the case, who do you put him up against?
Oh man, there's potential. There's a lot of options. I think you give Jerry. I mean, think about it. He's lost 4 out of his last 5.
Yeah.
I mean, the one win he does have is Kardeccia. But after the Kardeccia match, it went lost to uh, Levon, lost to Vitaly, lost to Camille. And before
Mm-hmm.
that, before Kardeccia, he lost to Hermes. So,
He lost to Kardeccia?
No, he beat
No, he
Kardeccia.
beat.
Yeah.
But before that, he lost to Hermes, but then he beat.
He lost to Hermes, beat Kardeccia, lost to Levon, lost to Vitaly, lost to Camille.
My opinion, I don't know. I think Morozov.
When is he going to be back?
I don't
He's
know. I
back
think
now.
he's supposed to
good.
pull this year coming.
He
But-
is.
Give him a coming out match against somebody, and then maybe after that, or somewhere in the States, I'm Morozov, maybe.
Or even somebody like an FA Comac,
Yeah.
because FA just looked good in his last match. But I mean, there's a lot of options. So we'll see.
It's
If
definitely
I'm in the training camp of Jerry Caderet, what do you say to Jerry? I'm asking y'all. I mean, because I'm like,
man, start working on that wrist and start top rolling.
yeah.
Start doing the Todd Hutchins, grabbing the handle up here and just doing this. Right here.
No kidding.
Posting top rolls. Just lay it on that tricep and just do that. Where's
Yeah.
that side pressure? I don't know. We'll see.
And where does Mr. Jablonski go from here?
Well, he's 5th in the world right now on East versus West ranking. So,
Yeah,
which to
moved
me
up
is not
12 spots.
to me it's not right. To me, is not right because this is my opinion. Michael beat Camille, and Jerry was ranked higher than Michael because of his win off Gennady being higher ranked at the time. So in reality, Michael's 5, Camille's 6, Jerry's 7.
There you go. And these were like
Way it
best
should
of
be.
7 matches. And they were now
Yeah.
one match. When was the last time we had a East versus West card where there were no title matches?
Been a while.
So, and now we get down to the coup de grace. Monster Michael Todd and Big Georgie. Sorry, Tim, you picked Georgie. We all picked Michael. So, with that being said,
Man, Georgie did everything right. His press wasn't there. I mean, he did. Round 1 was perfect. He climbed out, and he was literally by the end of his climbing, he was here on Michael's thumb. Like he was.
how do you not
and I'm-
finish that?
Dude,
Michael
Michael has
Michael-
some heart right now. He played it
and
right.
Michael was not in good spots either. Like he was in some, and then good job by Michael coming back from that and transitioning around, getting that press, and
Yeah, a
that
lot
was
of
not-
a lot of movement on the pad that set him up for success. He was adjusting his elbow in all the right spots to, even when he was in some really bad positions, he was moving, utilizing the
Mhm.
pad to get it to where he can compromise Georgie a little bit at a time until he could just ride up.
Mhm. Yeah, after round one. I mean, I was in Georgie's corner. After round one, Georgie couldn't feel his hand.
Already? It blows that stuff up, huh?
Oh yeah, he was blown, man.
I'm pretty
And then
sure this was the biggest Michael Todd's ever been. I
he
want
was
to say he was
close, wasn't it?
305.
He was big.
How do you? I don't get how people do all that kind of stuff. I really don't. Just like, because now I don't know how much you read the Pradeep's, videos and stuff, but even Michael said he wants to know because he wants to know, am I getting ready for Levon or not? And I guess at some point he'll get a call or whatever saying yay or nay, because Michael said if he does not get the shot at Levon, fuck it, I'm going to go down to 253 weight class. He's going to the 115.
The only thing you see right now is, we know that Vitaly and Levon is next in February.
Right.
In Vienna.
Birthday present. Right.
So you
I
going?
mean, like,
You going? That your birthday present? You flying out there?
Oh, fuck. I'm not flying out there. It's just it's my birthday month. I'll just say, hey, that'll be a present to myself. Fuck it,
I forgot. I forgot when you make grandmasters, you get birthday months.
Yeah.
Well, so what does happen? Because seriously, it's like, or let me ask you this. Let's just say, and we'll play devil's advocate for the next, 9 minutes. If Michael wants that match, because if you go down the list, look at Levon. He's too old Hermes. He's too old Devin. He beat Jerry. I mean, like, fuck, I know a lot of people are saying Michael doesn't deserve it. What about the guys above Michael? Fuck, Levon smacked them all anyway.
Well, in reality, yeah.
Yeah, you can't go off of that. You literally have to make different matches. It doesn't matter if this person lost to this person. When it comes to the champ, we see it. You see it in UFC. Sometimes the one pulls an 8. I mean, it's how the cards have to stack up sometimes. And the only problem that's going to happen, that it's going to delay this match. This match will happen. It's a matter of when. But if Vitaly does win,
screws everything up.
It's you wait 6 months and they don't do a damn thing because they're going to run it back. It's an immediate rematch.
100%.
So this match might not even happen next year if Vitaly wins in February, because in my opinion, they're going to be pulling again in August or some shit like that.
Well, let's not forget Vitaly is slated to pull Devin in April.
I'm guessing if here's what I guess. If
that's left-handed though, right?
What's that?
I thought Vitaly and him were left. That they were said.
Mm-mm. So Devin is wanting Vitaly to win this match because Devin knows I got you in April, which means if Devin has to fucking fly over to fucking Vienna and be in Vitaly's corner, I guarantee you, I know how Devin thinks, to be in this corner because Devin knows, okay, I have a shot at beating Vitaly.
Okay.
I'm only 2 against Levon.
Can we
that match happens in April if Vitaly wins.
Can we talk about this comment you highlighted?
Badalescu
versus Levon super match it'll never happen, and I can tell you here's exactly why. Yes, Saban got a win on him in a tournament years ago. Secondly, Saban went to IFA. So Levon's not stupid, nor is anybody stupid enough to risk their standing and being in pull with the biggest organization in the world by having a super match with an IFA athlete. Well, Saban shot himself in the foot by doing that.
Let me piggyback on that because I agree with all those. Saban just got his ass beat by Bogdan last month. Let's get out of here.
Destroyed.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
Are we talking 2018? Is that when that happened?
Yeah.
17, 18.
Because this is all right. So I'll here. Watch this. 2018. So Saban got the pin before the top 8 was out. Correct?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So that and back then the top 8, that was when Tim Breslin was a part of that. That was when
Peter Galiunger-Baev pulled Levon and had a death war with Alex Krdecha.
Yes, that was back when fucking Dimitri Trubin was in the mix.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I mean, a lot has happened since then. You
Oh
know,
my God, this Levon ate that Levon.
yes.
Could you imagine if a fucking 300-pound Trubin showed up out of nowhere?
That's a scary man. If a 300-pound Trubin.
Oh, that'd be
I mean, I
fucking-
think Dave Chaffee had to do a play-in match just to get into fucking top 8. I mean, that's how crazy that was at the time.
Yep.
Now, if Vitaly wins, rest assured that April match is going to be for the world title, and then Michael and
If it happens,
it won't happen.
it might
You don't
happen.
think-
There might be a left-handed match.
Yeah,
but I
it
doubt
will.
there'd be a right-handed match.
Yeah, there's
Hold
no
on,
way.
whoa. So
There's,
what did they
there's
agree
no
on?
way-
What did-
There's no way that if Vitaly wins, it will not be an instant rematch. In my opinion,
There's no possible way. Do I think it can? And I'm not shocked if Vitaly wins. Because
We've never had an instant rematch anyway for a title. Not on this stage.
yes, there has been.
Who?
Todd Hutchings and Irakli 3 times.
Oh, you know what? I get tired of seeing those guys pull. I keep forgetting about that.
I always like watching that match.
It's gotten
I just
worse
don't-
every time it's happened.
Yeah, I just don't. It doesn't excite me anymore. If I see a fucking Irakli Todd 4, it's going to be like Friday the 13th, part 26. At some point, it's going to fucking
I don't
start
think that-
losing luster.
I don't think that
You
match
know?
is going to happen again for a while, if
So
ever again.
basically-
Honestly,
If I'm Michael Todd, am I waiting to see what happens come February 28th? Is that what it is?
you have to.
Yeah, you have to. He's going to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to be ready,
Right.
but it's going to tell a lot. I don't see. I mean, unless somehow it doesn't happen or Vitaly wins, and then you throw him up against like an Hermes in April and play it
Who?
out. Michael Todd.
I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
Hermes was going to 253.
There's talks of Ermi staying in supers. There's a couple matches that are being talked about. We'll see.
I agree with this. We don't need to. Yeah, we don't need to see that no more. Like, dude, it's done. Thanks for
It's
playing.
not right now, but the circumstances how it happened, it just happened that way. There was
Yeah.
a lot of back factors that made that have to happen with prior engagements. So
Right.
again, a lot of
Well-
these things we can sit here and talk about. We don't know what people's contracts are. We don't know any of the back end stuff that maybe it just had to happen, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah. I would agree. Michael, if you're out there watching, which you're probably not, but if you're out there watching, just kind of be patient. That's all I can really say, because February 28th might dictate what path you go going forward. Will you get Levon? Will you go back 253? If Vitaly wins, does he even want that match with Levon?
I hope somehow, because we see him all the time. It's not uncommon. I hope that Michael Todd's a special guest in Vienna.
Oh, can you imagine that?
I hope that he's there sitting front row. It would just be the storyline, right? That's what we talk about, the storyline. And they have special guests all the time. We never know, but I think it would be cool. Because everybody knows what happened, right? Like, it should be him and our speculation, him and Levon, if Levon wins later in the year, right? So I just think for the storyline, I think it looks cool. Now, if that's their plan, we don't know. We don't know if Michael is the plan. But if it is, I think it'd be cool.
You want a storyline? What the fuck? What's the storyline when fucking and I've said this out loud, and I'll say it on the show, that
105 is the answer to that one. Sorry.
I look at it like this. It's because Devin's playing chess while a lot of people are playing checkers. Levon just says, fuck Parker Brothers, I'm playing what I want to play. No one tells him what to do. I look at it like this. If Devin comes in and like, okay, Because you know he wanted. First of all, it's right-handed. It's right-handed match, correct? Him in April with
Both
Vitaly.
supposed to be. Yeah.
No matter what Vitaly does, it's going to be right hand, correct?
I believe so. But
So if,
obviously things can change.
so if Vitaly wins, then what? Then that's the title match now,
Would be.
right?
But I don't foresee that happening. I agree with Tim. There will be an immediate rematch. The only other thing you'd see Vitaly do is pull left-handed between now and that time.
So let's play devil's advocate on this. If Vitaly wins, right, even though he has the match with Devin, and you were saying immediate rematch, then all of a sudden now that makes the Devin match now on the left hand.
Yeah.
I mean, if Devin wins against Morozov left-handed in February as well, I mean, it just makes sense to do it left-handed in April.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You know
Well,
what I
there's
do
a lot
know?
of decision making.
You know what I do know is it don't matter. We're not the matchmakers.
No, but it sure is fun to play one though. It sure is fun to play matchmaker, and that's just the main event. We even like freaking speculate on what other cards we might see on February 28th.
I think you'll see that one person asked, what do you think Hutchings and Petrenko will pull at? It's 105. There's really not anybody right now for Todd at 95. Can't say that. There is potential for somebody at 95 for Todd.
I wish that was a 95 match or a catch weight at 100.
So
Because Petrenko's the champ at 105, right?
Petrenko's a right-handed champ at 105 and a left-handed champ at 95.
That's what I mean. He can make 95. I mean, I just think it'd be cool to have a champion versus champion catch weight 100.
Yeah.
When do we see Alazan back in the mix?
Very soon.
Because with all that stuff, I mean, look, hey, do we need to start stripping titles if you're not going to be active or whatever's going on?
Very, very, very soon.
I hope so.
Say.
I know nothing, but my speculation, April.
You're calling April?
I may have heard something because, yeah.
I'm just speculating because if it is, I mean, I think we would have seen something by now. But again, who knows?
Well,
I may have heard a potential match that's going to happen, so we will see.
Well, let's do an hour and 2 minutes, and let's go talk about it.
There we go. Hey, is Homegirl still matchmaking?
Yep.
Okay. She needs to take a step back and go and get after it. I think I'll see Dave Chafee on the 115 February 28th. What do you think?
Possible.
Defend his belt. Let's go. Chafee, let's go. Ooh, what do you think about this before we hop off?
It's a very good match.
It's a very good match.
It is a very good match that we actually were discussing. We were discussing it at breakfast, weren't we, Tim?
Yep.
On Sunday.
Oh, before we get off, should I go ahead and do the tally of the scores?
Yeah, well, yeah, we need to know.
Yeah, I need to stop picking so many friends.
Nathan and myself won. We both were tied for first with 7 wins. Tim, you and Ryan tied for second with 6 wins. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
We were both over 50%, which is what matters.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. We got to jump off here because we got some after dark stuff to talk about. Until then, everybody, we'll see y'all next. What's going on this weekend anyway? Any events coming on?
Yeah, we're golfing.
Oh, there we go. So I got some stuff I want to unroll.
Tim, if I throw up both arms, there's a significant size difference. I can't do that. I look retarded.
Damn.
You gotta go like this, man.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, you mean that size difference?
Yeah, that size. That size difference.
That one you mean?
Ooh, yeah, look at the thickness. I got a hoodie on, so I can't do that. But all right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon.